Beats Buds. Well, hey there, welcome back. I've missed you. I'm Dave from Chase the Summit, and in this video we're going to be taking a close look at the Beats Studio earbuds. Listen, I've been on a mission for probably 3 years, 4 years, to try to find the perfect earbud for running activities, fitness activities, and there's just not the right perfect earbud out there. There's always a gotcha. It's either the price is too high, or they don't fit right, or the sound quality isn't there, or maybe the app that goes with them isn't there. There's always something, and I think Beats has come darn close with the Beats Studio Buds. Let's talk about that today. Before we dive in, if you find this video helpful or entertaining or fun or stupid, any of those things, consider hitting the thumbs up down below and subscribing to the channel because it really helps me out. With that out of the way, let's talk about the Beats Studio Buds. First up, we're gonna do a really quick unboxing because I hate unboxings and I hate watching them, but I feel like I need to show you what comes in the box. Here's the contents of the box. The box is boring, so we're gonna get rid of that. This cardboard, we don't need that. Okay, here's the things you probably care about. Here's the Beats Studio Buds case. We're gonna put those aside for a second. And included in the box is also a USB Type-C charger. It's actually a C2C charger, which is convenient and not at the same time, because if you have a MacBook, you can charge it, but if you've got any other laptop without a C-type cable, you know where I'm coming from here. And then in this other little container here are some extra ear tips to really dial in that fit, because the fit is where you get the sound quality. If you've got a good seal in your ear, they will sound better. That's very important that you try out all of the ear tips to get the right fit. With the package contents out of the way, we've got the Beats Studio Buds here. And this case is actually really nice looking. It's low profile, minimal, it's rounded edges, so you can slide it in and out of a pocket pretty easily. And really, it's a small case, so it doesn't really get in the way. In terms of size, let's compare it to some other. Here are the JayBird Vista 2s. This is a $200 pair of earbuds that are squarely aiming in competition to the Beats Studio Buds. So here's what they look like side by side. I mean, generally, I'd say they're pretty similar in terms of size, even though the form factor is a little bit different. The Beats Studio Buds are a little thinner, so I think you could throw them in a pocket a little bit easier. There's really nothing on the outside of the case other than the Beats logo on the front here and a USB Type-C charging port on the bottom here. And when you open up the case, you can see the Beats Studio Buds there, and also a single LED at the bottom here that actually shows the charge status of the case. This will either be red or white, indicating if the battery's low or not. The buds sit in these little magnetic cavities, and they're really in there. You cannot shake them out. To remove the buds from the case, it's not a simple straight pull. You actually twist them a little bit, and they pop right out. The Beats Studio Buds are very small, and you can see them in the palm of my hand here. And thanks to them being very small and lightweight, they are extremely comfortable to pop into your ears. They don't feel like they're weighing down on your ear canal at all. What I like about the Beats Studio Buds is that this is not a touch-based earbud. So there's actually a button on the outside rather than a touch sensor that you find on other earbuds like AirPods. The problem with touch sensors is that if you get sweaty hands or it's drizzling or raining out and you try to use your earbuds, it's nearly impossible to get them to work, where a button just works every time. So I much prefer a button. However, the button on the Beats Studio Buds is really easy to push, and I find even just inserting them into my ears sometimes, I accidentally push the button. Even when I'm like running and I try to adjust the earbud a little bit, it tends to push that button by accident all the time, and it kind of drives me crazy. But on the flip side, it's super easy to push, so if I just tap it while I'm running, I can skip a track or whatever without really thinking about it too much. When it comes to the controls on the Beats Studio Buds, a single click on the button will pause or play your music, a double click will skip forward one track, and a triple click will actually go back one track. And if you hold the button for a couple of seconds, you can either enable or disable the active noise cancellation. That's right, the Beats Studio Buds have active noise cancellation, and it works really well. This ANC or active noise cancellation will block out like the hum of an air conditioner or the sound of an airplane or a lawnmower or something like that. Anything that's kind of a droning sound can be blocked out pretty well with the Beats Studio Buds. And on the flip side, they also have transparency mode. So if you hold that button for a couple of seconds one more time, you can actually hear all the sound around you because it uses those same microphones on the outside of the earbuds to plumb in your surrounding sound into your ears so you can hear what's going on, like a beeping car or someone yelling that, you're in their way or something. You want to be able to hear that if you're out on a run or a ride or something. Transparency mode is really nice to have. One downside with active noise cancellation or transparency mode is that in windy conditions, that wind can actually come through the microphones because it's just kind of blowing by the microphones. So in those situations, you can actually hold down the button a couple of more seconds and disable both modes entirely. So it just turns them into like more of a standard earbud, and that will cut down on that wind sound if you need it in a pinch. In terms of compatibility with the Beats Studio Buds, these are compatible with both Apple and Android devices, which is kind of a first for Apple related products since Beats is kind of owned by Apple now. Are they owned by Apple? Yeah, I think they're owned by Apple. But with an iPhone particularly, the Beats Studio Buds are just super easy to set up, like mindless. You can do it with your eyes closed. Basically, if I take my iPhone and just open the Beats Studio Buds case up, you can see that a little prompt automatically pops up on the iPhone asking if I want to connect to the Beats Studio Buds. Literally, it does this all by itself. I simply press connect, bingo bango, and I'm paired to the Beats Studio Buds. It tells me my current battery life left on both the earbuds and the case. Click done, and I'm ready to listen to music. I love that setup process. I wish more things were like this, and that's the benefit of the Apple ecosystem. Things just play well together. In terms of the fit of the Beats Studio Buds, like I said, this is a very lightweight earbud, and for me, they fit really well in my ear with using the largest ear tip because I have clown ears. That large ear tip really seats into my ear canal. And honestly, sometimes when I pull them out, they pop inside out because it's such a secure fit in my ear. I don't have any issues with these falling out when I'm running. They're very securely in there. In terms of battery life, you're looking at 8 hours on the earbuds itself when you're using them in one continual use, and up to 16 hours with the addition of the case. The case also features quick charge technology, so if you take your earbud out, pop it in the case, leave it in there for 5 minutes, you can gain 1 hour of listening time on the earbuds, which is really awesome to have. Especially if you're getting on an airplane and your earbuds die, that's a real bummer. So like you put them in for 10 minutes and you're ready to go for the whole flight. I love that. The Beats Studio Buds are IPX4 water and dust resistant, so they're not waterproof. You shouldn't take a shower with these, but they can take a little bit of sweat or a little bit of a drizzle out in the rain. Definitely don't want to be out there in a downpour, but they will get you by. I've actually used them in a pretty heavy rain situation, and they still work. So there's that. In terms of call quality, when you're making a call and what the other person is hearing, that's what you're hearing right now. The audio you're hearing right now was recorded through the Beats Studio Buds and overlaid into this video so you can hear what I'm sounding like. Now I'm just talking so you hear my voice and I'm blabbering and blah, blah, blah. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. When it comes to overall sound quality, in my opinion, on the Beats Studio Buds, I think they sound pretty awesome. The high ends, like the high frequencies, can be a little bit harsh in certain situations, like in rock music with a lot of cymbals or something like that. It can kind of be a little bit shrieky at high volumes. At mid volumes, that kind of goes away, but these earbuds do get really loud, so you can really crank them up. But overall, in my opinion, for podcasts, I listen to a lot of podcasts on these, electronic music, rock music. It all sounds pretty great. There's a really good amount of bass with these, especially if you get a good fit with the ear tip in your ear. So yeah, no complaints in terms of audio quality overall. All right, let's talk about the price of the Beats Studio Buds, and that's gonna be $149. And I think at that price, these are really solid value. So what did they have to sacrifice to get into that lower price range? Even though $150 is a lot of money, it's still not up there with the Apple AirPods Pro or even the JayBird Vistas 2. These are definitely more affordable, so a couple of sacrifices were made to get them into that mid price point, and the first one's gonna be wireless charging. There's no wireless charging on board the Beats Studio Buds, and that's kind of something that we know to expect from new products now. The JayBird Vista 2 have wireless charging, the Apple AirPods Pro have wireless charging, just about all of the earbuds out there have wireless charging now. Not the Beats Studio Buds. Next up is there's no companion app with the Beats Buds, so there's no EQ after the fact. If you don't like how these sound out of the box, you're kind of out of luck because you can't really tweak that in the app. Other than that though, for $150, you're getting a really nice set of earbuds in a small footprint that fits in your pocket easy. They fit in my ears really well. They sound great. The phone call quality is pretty good, and the active noise cancellation is above standard. It sounds pretty impressive. So if you've got an iPhone or an Android at this point and you're looking for a great pair of fitness and running buds, I think the Beats Studio Buds should be near the top of your short list to choose from. And if you're on a budget and you don't want to spend top tier money, but you also don't want to buy something really cheap, I think these land right in the middle and they're definitely worth looking at. But that's all I got about the Beats Studio Buds and what I think about them so far after running them for about a week or so. If you enjoyed this video and you're still watching, you probably liked it. So you might as well go and hit that thumbs up button and maybe subscribe down below so you don't miss more videos from me in the future. Wouldn't that be great? And yeah, that's all I've got for this one. I'll see you next time. Bye.